Dear students, today I am going to discuss one of the important chapter of history in the earlier cities. Maybe you understood that in this particular lesson we will talk about our ancient cities. But the question is how old these cities were? The answer is the cities were 5,000 years old. Yes, you are correct. 5,000 years old. Maybe you have compared your country with some European or Western countries. Maybe you are disappointed because your or our country is not so developed than those of America or Russia or Japan. But my question is whether our country was underdeveloped or developing or developed in ancient time. That answer you will get in this lesson only. You will be surprised to know the housing, the drainage system, the bath or the great bath may be presented, it may be considered as swimming pool. Ornaments that people were using in ancient time approximately 5,000 years ago when there were no existence of European countries or America, Russia, etc. That time we were having a flourished city, a developed city. To make you understand, I have a PPT. Through that PPT, I'll give you a detailed information of our ancient cities. We will talk about Harappa, we will talk about Mohenjo-daro, we will talk about Lothal and so many cities of that time. And I am assuring you, after this lesson, you will feel proud that you belong to such a country which has such a glorious past. When there was no existence of so many countries, that time we were having a civilization. Thank you. These are the contents that we will discuss in this lesson. After this lesson, you will be able to describe the story of Harappa, facts about the cities, the Great Bath, houses, drains, and the streets of the cities, lifestyle, crafts, raw materials, and food habits of Harappan people. Also, you can describe Harappan towns in Gujarat, and later we will talk about the mysterious end of the city. Now we will talk about the story of Harappa. Look at this image. This orange shade indicates the sites of Harappan cities. Part of India, Pakistan and Afghanistan is together known as Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization. There is a story behind the discovery of Harappan site. Nearly 150 years ago, when railway lines were being laid down for the first time in Punjab, engineers stumbled upon the site of Harappa in present-day Pakistan. To them, it seemed like a mound that was a rich source of ready-made high-quality bricks. So they carried off thousands of bricks from the walls of the old buildings of the city to build railway lines. Many buildings were completely destroyed. After that, research began. About 80 years ago, archaeologists found the site and realized that this was one of the oldest cities in the subcontinent. As this was the first city to be discovered, all other sites from where similar buildings were found were described as Harappan. These cities developed about 4700 years ago. What was special about these cities? Let's find out. Many of these cities were divided into two or more parts, west part and east part. The part to the west was smaller but higher. Archaeologists describe this as the citadel. And the east part, the part to the east was larger but lower. This is called the lower town. Very often, walls of the backed bricks were built around each part. The bricks were so well made that they have lasted for thousands of years. The bricks were laid in an interlocking pattern and that made the walls so strong. Even now, the engineers follow the same pattern to interlock the bricks. In this map, you will find the different cities of Harappan civilization like Mohenjo-daro, Lothal, Kalibagan, etc. Now we will talk about one of the finest construction of that time, the Great Bath. This is something like a swimming pool. In some cities, special buildings were constructed on the citadel. For example, in Mohenjo-daro, a very special tank which archaeologists called the Great Bath was built in this area. This was lined with bricks coated with plaster and made watertight with a layer of natural tar. There were steps leading down to it from two sides, while there were rooms on all the sides. Water was probably brought in from a well and drained out after use. Perhaps important people took a dip in this bath on a special occasions. Look at this image. This is a real picture of the Great Bath. How beautifully it was constructed. Even you can see the staircase to get down into this bath. Other cities such as Kalibagan and Lothal had fire altars where sacrifices may have been performed, and some cities like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and Lothal had elaborate storehouse like storage house for grains. Houses, drains, and the streets of these cities. Generally, houses were either one or two stories high with rooms built around a courtyard. Most houses had a separate bathing area and some had wells to supply water. Many of these cities had covered drain. Each drain had a gentle slope so that water could flow through it. Very often, drains in houses were connected to those on the street and smaller drains lead into bigger ones. As the drains were covered, inspection holes were provided at intervals to clean them. All three houses, drains, and streets were probably planned and built at the same time. That's why this Harappan civilization is considered as one of the finest civilizations of the ancient time. Look at this image. How bricks were arranged to build walls in Harappan city. You can find the interlocking system. Now let's talk about the life in the city. Harappan city was a very busy place. There were people who planned the construction of a special building in the city. These were probably the rulers. It is likely that the rulers sent people to distant lands to get metal, precious stones, and the other things that they wanted. They may have kept the most valuable objects, such as ornaments of gold and silver or beautiful beads, for themselves. Beads is something like mala or necklace. They were scribes, means scholar, people who knew how to write, who helped prepare the seals, and perhaps wrote on the other materials that have not survived. Besides, there were men and women craftspersons making all kinds of things, either in their home or in a special workshop. People were traveling to distant land or returning with raw materials. Many terracotta toys have been found, and a long time ago, children must have played with these things. Look at these two pictures. To the left, a street in Mohenjo-daro with a drain, and to the right, a well. In this picture, you will find a Harappan seal. The sign of the top of the seal are part of a script This is the earliest form of writing known in the subcontinent. Scholars have tried to read this sign, but we still do not know exactly what they mean. And to the right, these are the terracotta toys which children used to play that time. New crafts in the city. Most of the things that have been found by archaeologists are made of stone, shells, and metal, including copper, bronze, gold, and silver. Copper and bronze were used to make tools, weapons, ornaments, and vessels. Gold and silver were used to make ornaments and vessels. Perhaps the most striking finds are those of beads, weights, and blades. The Harappan also made seals out of stone. These were generally rectangular and usually have an animal carved on them. The Harappan also made pots with beautiful black design. Find these images of weight, beads, the sharp edge stones metal, and this beautiful statue where it is clearly mentioning the clothes with embroidery work. Altogether, Harappans were so advanced in handicraft, they have almost prepared all the things as per their requirement. Cotton was probably grown at Mehergarh from about 7,000 years ago. Actual pieces of cloth were found attached to the lid of a silver vase and some copper objects at Mohenjo-daro. Archaeologists have also found spindle vessels made of terracotta and faience. These were used to spin threads. What is faience? Unlike stone or steel that are found naturally, faience is a material that is artificially produced, a gum which used to shape sand or powder quetch into an object. The objects were then glazed, resulting in a shiny, glazy surface. The colors of the glaze were usually blue or sea green. Faience was used to make beads, bangles, earrings, and so many other things. Raw materials. Raw materials are substances that are either found naturally, such as wood or ores of metals, or produced by farmers or herders. These are then processed to produce finished product. For example, cotton produced by farmers is a raw material that may be processed to make cloth. While some of the raw material that the Harappan used were available locally, many items such as copper, tin, gold, silver, and precious stone had to be brought from the distant places. The Harappan probably got copper from the present day Rajasthan and even from Oman in West Asia. Tin, which was mixed with copper to produce bronze, may have been brought from the present day Afghanistan and Iran. Gold could have come all the way from present day Karnataka, and precious stones from the present day Gujarat, Iran, and Afghanistan. Look at this picture. Even they have invented wheeled vehicle to carry goods and other materials. Food for people in the cities. While many people lived in the cities, others living in the countryside grew crops and reared animals. These farmers and herders supply food to the craft persons, scribes, and rulers in the city. We know from remains of plants that the Harappan grew wheat, barley, pulses, peas, rice, sesame, linseed, and mustard. A new tool, the plug, was used to dig the earth for turning the soil and planting seed, while real plugs, which were probably made of woods, have not survived. Toy models have been found. As this region does not receive heavy rainfall, some form of irrigation may have been used. This means that water was stored and supplied to the field when the plants were growing. The Harappans reared cattle, sheep, goat, and buffalo. Water and pasture were available around settlements. However, in the dry summer months, large herds of animals were probably taken to the greater distance in search of grass and water. They also collected fruits like bear, caught fish, and hunted wild animals like the antipole. Look at this image. It is a plug, something like present day X. Harappan towns in Gujarat. The city of Dholavira was located on Khadir Bait in the run of Kutch, where there was fresh water and fertile soil, unlike some of the other Harappan cities, which were divided into two parts. Dholavira was divided into three parts, and each part was surrounded with massive stone walls with entrance through gateways. There was also a large open area in the settlement where public ceremonies could be held. Other find includes large letters of the Harappan script that were carved out of the white stone and perhaps inlaid in the wood. This is a unique find as generally Harappan's writing has been found on a small object such as seals. The city of Lothal stood beside a tributary of the Sabarmati in Gujarat, close to the Gulf of Khambat. It was situated near areas where raw materials such as semi-precious stones were easily available. This was an important center for making objects out of stone, seals and metal. There was also a storehouse in the city. Many seals and sealings, the impression of the seals on clay, were found in this storehouse. A building that was found here was probably a workshop for making beads. Pieces of stone, half made beads, tools for beads making, and finished beads have all been found here. In this picture, you can find a dockyard at Lothal. This huge tank was have been a dockyard where boats and ships came in from the sea and through the river channels. Goods were probably loaded and unloaded here. Seals may have been used to stamp bags or packets containing goods that were sent from one place to another. After a bag was closed or tied, a layer of wet clay was applied on the note and the seal was pressed on it. The impression of the seal is known as a sealing. If the sealing was intact, one could be sure that the goods had arrived safely. Even nowadays, this sealing process is on. Now we will talk about the mystery of the end of the Harappan civilization. Around 3900 years ago, we find the beginning of a major change. People stopped living in many of the cities, writing seals and weights were no longer used, raw materials brought from the long distance became rare. In Mohenjo-daro, we find that garbage piled up on the street, the drainage system broken down, and new, less impressive houses were built even over the street. Why did all this happen? We are not sure. Some scholars suggested that the river dried up, others suggested that there was deforestation. This could have happened because fuel was required for baking bricks and for smelting copper ores. Besides grazing by large herds of cattle, sheep and goat may have destroyed the green cover. In some areas there were floods, but none of these reasons can explain the end of all the cities. Flooding or a river drying up would have had an effect in only some areas. It appears as if the ruler lost control. In any case, the effect of the change are quite clear. Sites in Sindh and West Punjab, present Pakistan, were abandoned while many people moved into newer, smaller settlements to the east and the way in the south. New cities emerged about 1400 years later. Now we will talk about another one of the important civilization of the world, Egyptian civilization. Around 5,000 years ago, kings ruled over Egypt. These kings sent armies to distant lands to get gold, silver, ivory, timber, and precious stones. They also built huge tombs known as pyramids. When they died, the bodies of kings were preserved and buried in this pyramid. These carefully preserved bodies are known as mummies. A large number of objects were also buried with them. These include food and drink, clothes, ornaments, utensils, musical instruments, weapons, and animals. Sometimes even serving men and women were buried with the rulers. These are amongst the most elaborate burial known in world history. In this session, you have learned about the glorious history of Harappan civilization, the facts about the Harappan cities, the Great Bath, houses, drains, and the street of the Harappan cities. Also, you have learned about the lifestyle, crafts, raw materials, and food used by the Harappan people. You have learned about Harappan towns in Gujarat and the mysterious end of the Harappan civilization. I hope now you feel proud that you belong to such a country which has one of the finest ancient civilization of the world. Thank you so very much.